welcome to another episode of the Adrienne Ross Show, where sports and culture connect. I had a little bit of time to just kind of decompress because it's been more than 5 hours of a live stream in the chat with many of you. We were rocking in the chat. So I took a break. I first started off with the New York Liberty Las Vegas Aces game. Of course, the New York Liberty won. That went right into the Indiana Fever, taking on the Chicago Sky in the season opener. The Indiana Fever took care of business in that game, winning 93-58. And that really doesn't tell the full story. So after more than 5 hours, I took a little break and I want to talk a little bit about my afterthoughts, if you will, of this game. I am not in this video going to get into the Angel Reese, Caitlin Clark, whatever. I say Angel Reese, Caitlin Clark. It really was Angel Reese versus Angel Reese. But like I said, I'll wait for a separate video for that. For this video, I want to talk about some of the highlights of this game, some of the lowlights of the game, and my thoughts overall about this team and even about the Chicago Sky. First of all, I love this coaching staff. I've got such great respect for Stephanie White. I like to hear how her mind works. As a former coach, I could sit and talk to her. I would love to sit and talk to her. Many of you, if you went to a game, you'd be like, oh, I'd love an opportunity to meet Caitlin Clark or Kelsey Mitchell. And I would. Don't get me wrong. It'd be cool. It'd be fine. But I tell you what, I would love to sit and have a conversation with Stephanie White. She knows this game. She's passionate about this game, and she is tough as nails. And she's trying to develop this team to be a team who is tough as nails, also particularly on the defensive end. And what we saw today, even with the 35-point win, was far from perfect. But if you don't notice their defensive improvement as a team, then you missed out. I mean, I saw Kelsey Mitchell even sliding her feet in a way I haven't seen before. So they are disruptive on defense, as Stephanie White said in the post-game press conference. So I'd love to talk to her, but also kudos to Caitlin Clark for the triple-double. Remember, Caitlin Clark was the first rookie in her in 2024 to have a triple-double, and she did it twice. And here we are opening the season triple-double. And the thing is, with 20 points, 10 rebounds, and 10 assists, it should have been even more than that because Caitlin Clark probably should have had, I'm going to say, 16 assists, round about there. And that's where some of the things, like I said, some of the things need to be improved because there were a lot of missed layups, a lot of missed bunnies. In the beginning of the game, it wasn't flowing so well. Aaliyah Boston wasn't flowing so well in the beginning. But Aaliyah Boston said, I'm not done yet. Don't count me out in the first quarter. Yes, I was yelling at the television also. She ended up with 19 points. And what else? Aaliyah Boston had 19 points. She went 8 for 12 from the field. She had 13 rebounds, 5 blocks in this game. She played huge. So anyway, it should have been even more than that. But Caitlin Clark can pass the ball. Like, I love scoring. You can't win without scoring. But I have an absolute adoration for passing the basketball. And Caitlin is so good at it. And some of it wasn't handled, but it's going to be just fine. First game, the free throws, oh my goodness, abysmal, honestly. But again, first game, they're going to get that going. It's going to be fine. When you think about that, how exciting the game was, how well they did, and then when you think about how well at times they didn't, and you go, this team is only going to get better. Sophie Cunningham didn't even play. This is exciting. It was exciting to see this start. So congratulations on that triple-double. Being effective is important. To do it as a rookie, I'm kind of hearing Cynthia Cooper say, a beast, amazing, talking about what she did when she was on All the Smoke podcast. I did a video on it. Check it out if you didn't see it. And she said, man, she was just a rookie. Caitlin's in her second season and she's still just absolutely amazing. And also, congratulations to DeWanna Bonner for becoming that third all-time leading scorer. She moved over Tina Thompson. Now, I was a huge Houston Comets fan, so you know I was a huge fan of number 7, Tina Thompson. You had that big three of Cynthia Cooper, Cheryl Swoops, and Tina Thompson. And now DeWanna Bonner just stepped on in there and just celebrated it. The crowd celebrated her. It was great. And if you were hanging out with the Adrienne Ross Show during our chat, we got a firsthand experience. A supporter of the channel, a member of the channel, goes by Caitlin228. She was at the game, and so afterwards she jumped on the live stream, still had on her jersey, her Lexi Holt jersey. She shared with us. She was standing right there when she went to buy the jersey today, standing right there next to Lexi Holt's mom. And so she shared her firsthand experience on the channel, and she talked about the crowd just being glad for just various things going on and embracing them. And that includes, of course, DeWanna Bonner. I love DeWanna Bonner's willingness to celebrate this huge accomplishment. So we're going to go to the Indiana Fever's YouTube page and listen to what DeWanna Bonner said, some of what she said after the game when they were asking her about that huge accomplishment.
Timing was just exciting, you know, so man, that was a moment that I was kind of looking forward to, and I'm glad this is kind of over. So now we can just look forward and focus on the season.
What does it mean to you to reach that exact spot?
Man, I think I'm just grateful. Most people don't get up there. That's really hard to do. You know, that's really hard to be in that position and to be in the league this long. You know, I don't know. I'm just grateful. I just try to soak in the moment. Yeah, especially in front of all those fans. I think it was just like, I don't know. I kind of got a little bit emotional. You know, to be at this moment in front of a sold out crowd, in front of all this attention, and to have that moment is just pretty special to me because I don't want to say I deserve that, but, you know, I'm trying to be as humble as I can. But being around that long, I kind of feel like I deserve that moment, and for it to happen right then and there in this time period in my career, it was just, I don't know. I'm just so grateful.
I really appreciate that she was honest about how grateful she is and how excited she was to have that moment and to do it in front of all those fans. A lot of times we kind of downplay some things, and it's not all about the numbers. We know that. We talk about that on this channel, but third in WNBA history, that's huge. It meant a lot to her. And I like that she admitted that. And allow yourself to celebrate that, just like her team was celebrating her. Now, something else DeWanna Bonner does is acknowledge how special it is to play in Indiana because of the fan base and the fact that most of the players in this league, past players and current players, have never experienced what it is to be in Cambridge and to be loved by these fans and to be in that kind of atmosphere. So check out her comments about that.
For myself, I've never played in front of a crowd like this before, you know, like coming into the league 16, 17 years ago, we didn't have this type of attention. So 17 years later to play in front of that crowd, when I walked out, I'm just like, oh my God, I think I was a little shell shocked. So just honored. I think my teammates are honored, and we're thankful for the crowd and everybody showing up for us like this.
Caitlin Clark called DeWanna Bonner the strongest voice in the locker room, and so I thought it was fitting to hear what Bonner had to say after this game. Now we're going to take a look at a little bit of what Caitlin Clark said about the play today and going forward.
I know it's game one, but what does a game like this say to the rest of the league? How does it set up for the season?
Yeah, I think we're just focused on ourselves. You know, you prepare every single night. I think that's the great thing about this league. And also, you know, you play and then you have a day and then you play again, and then you have a day and you play again. You have to be able to flush things really fast. You can't get too high. You can't get too low. You just got to stay right in the middle. So that's going to be the challenge for our group, you know, build from it, appreciate how we came out here and really played and competed tonight. But also, like, I felt like, you know, I know we put up 93 points and still won by 30, but I felt like there was a lot of ways for us to still improve. And that's what's exciting too. Like, you know, and I think everybody's still hungry to go back to work and get better.
So Caitlin points out the absolute truth. A lot of things we did well, a lot of things we can get better at. And that's what's so exciting. When you realize that you didn't play as well as you wanted to play or could play, you don't like it. But when your focus is proper, you realize that's good news, because this is likely their basement. The first game of the season, their basement. They're only going to get better. So the ceiling is high. And already in this game, Caitlin Clark has the triple-double. This team's defense is so much better. And then you get 15 from Natasha Howard, 19 from Aaliyah Boston, 15 from Kelsey Mitchell, 20 from Caitlin Clark. Lexi Hall had 9 points along with 9 rebounds, and there are other stats in there that I'm not going to go through. You can check out the stats, but the bottom line is that this is the bottom line, likely, and it's going to get better. Sophie Cunningham isn't even playing yet. Now, I do believe that may present an extra challenge because, we could say, man, it's only going to get better because of Sophie, and I believe that. At the same time, as a coaching staff, you're figuring out rotations, you're figuring out who plays well with whom and all that. And so they're going to have to kind of do it again when Sophie comes back. But it's a good problem to have. So now let's go over to the X page and just take a look at some of the things the Indiana Fever posted. I'll just randomly show you some things. Some of this I probably haven't even seen yet. So here we are. This is after the game. Shout out our fans. Absolutely incredible. Thank you for showing up. You think they're excited?
Don't worry. Congrats. Good job.
Congrats. It's one. A lot more to come. Shout out our fans. Absolutely incredible.
Yes. Okay. Guys, go to the X page and scroll through and see all this. This is CC talking about DB.
DB is somebody that, he's a Hall of Famer, like a legend, not only a good basketball player, a great person, a great leader. The strongest voice in our locker room is hers.
Okay, 17,274. Y'all heard me? 17,274. No wonder DeWanna Bonner said she was a little bit shell-shocked, right? So it says, was electric in today's home opener. Gamebridge was electric. All right, let me just scroll through. A dominant triple-double performance today against Chicago. Some highlights there you can check out. We'll take look a little bit of this, but I am going to shut off the music so I don't get a copyright problem. Here comes CC. Just a little look. But the pass. Mercy. We'll stop there. Here we got Aaliyah Boston put on a show in today's home opener. Dub. There's a picture of Aaliyah and a little video.
Scan the QR code to get the app and catch these must-see matchups live. Oh, great fake from Boston, who lays it in.
Look at that fake. And then, of course, here, 2010 and 10. I told you this 10 right here should have been probably 16, 17.
Tyler Marsh wants more of that from her, catching around that 15-foot area.
Clark connects the first logo bomb of the season from Caitlin Clark.
My goodness. She's in the parking lot. She shot that from the future. I love this right here. This is DeWanna Bonner, her coach, showing her love after that great accomplishment, becoming the 3rd leading scorer in WNBA history. That's how your coach is supposed to love you. AB Kelsey Mitchell with the serious face right before she crosses you up, I guess. Natasha Howard played well. And here Bonner gets a standing ovation from the crowd after moving into 3rd all-time on the WNBA scoring list. Use this. Look at that. Arms already out, knowing that her coach, remember Stephanie White coached her last year in Connecticut as well. And so yeah, there you go. There you go. And of course, there you go. And because we love KK, Michaela Timpson, she got to play for a couple minutes. This is her first bucket of her professional career.
Colson's 3rd steal. Paul has 9 points, 9 boards. Timpson lays it in. Michaela Timpson.
My goodness, since we've been talking about it, I might as well show it to you. when DeWanna Bonner tied Tina Thompson on the first free throw and then took the lead.
Here is Bonner. She has tied Tina Thompson for third on the all-time scoring list. Caitlin Clark begging the crowd to get into it. Bonner celebrating.
Yes. Not afraid to celebrate the moment. Amazing. And let's skip to when she takes the lead.
And the second free throw to pass her. And DeWanna Bonner sits alone in third place.
And we will end the highlights with Caitlin Clark's 10th rebound to secure her triple-double.
There it is, a triple. There it is, a triple.
Well, this game was well worth the wait. We had a blast in the live stream. If you are not checking out the live streams along with myself and the Rossies, as they call themselves, you really got to get in. We have a blast. So hit the like button first of all, and then turn on your notifications and come hang out with us. It is the start of an exciting season. I love the way it started. Congratulations. As I said, I do plan to do a video about the little altercation with Angel Reese, and we'll get into that separately because I think there's some things that need to be pointed out. So I'll do that in a separate video. But congratulations to the Indiana Fever on the historic number in attendance, for DeWanna Bonner, for Caitlin Clark, and most of all for this entire team who took down the Chicago Sky in huge fashion. 93, the Indiana Fever. 58, Chicago Sky. When I look back to the start of the last season and I look at the game today, there's definitely reason to be glad. There's a lot of improvement to come, but that's the exciting part. As Caitlin Clark said, they're only going to get better. I hope you got a chance to watch the game. If not, I hope you have WNBA League Pass and that you will get a chance to see that, and you can get on my live stream and people are still watching it. The number continues to skyrocket of people who viewed that live stream of the game. All right, I will catch you next time, God willing, hopefully pretty soon, as I want to do that Angel Reese video. God bless you abundantly.